So, have you ever been on a team that just clicks and then another one that, well, doesn't? What's the secret sauce that separates a good team from a truly great one? It's a huge question, right? Well, today we're going to break it all down. We're going to explore the four essential pillars that are the absolute foundation of any high performing team.
Just think about it for a second. That best team you were ever a part of. What made it feel so special? Was it just that everyone was super talented or that you had a huge budget? Probably not. My guess is it was something a little deeper. Something about the way you all connected and worked together.
And it turns out that secret ingredient, it's actually a skill, a learnable skill. It's this kind of superpower called emotional intelligence, or EI for short. And all it really is the ability to understand and manage your own emotions, and crucially, to recognize and influence the emotions of the people around you. It's what turns a bunch of smart people into one unstoppable team.
So how do we get more of this emotional intelligence on our own teams? Well, it doesn't just happen by magic, that's for sure. You have to build it, brick by brick, on four key pillars. So let's walk through them one by one. And where do we start? Well, like with most things, it all starts within. Before you can really connect with other people, you have to understand yourself. And that brings us to our very first pillar, self-awareness.
Now, this is a really important point. Self-awareness isn't just about navel-gazing, it's about having this dual focus, right? It means knowing what's going on inside your own head and being tuned in to the emotional vibe of the whole team. It's seeing how you affect them and how they affect you.
And think about how useful this is. When you're self-aware, you can feel your own stress levels rising and stop yourself from snapping at a teammate. You can also notice when someone's good mood is lifting everyone up. This kind of awareness lets you get ahead of problems before they even start. It's a total game changer.
Okay, so awareness is step one. But knowing you're feeling a certain way is one thing. What you do with that feeling is another. And that leads us straight into our second pillar, which is all about action, self-management.
Yep, this is where the rubber meets the road. Self-management is that critical pause between feeling something and reacting to it. You know, it's the difference between firing off an angry email and taking a breath and then choosing a response that actually helps. It's about acting with intention, not on impulse.
So what does this look like day to day? Well, it breaks down into three key things. First, being flexible. Teams are full of different personalities, introverts, extroverts, and you gotta know how to work with everyone. Second, staying positive. That positive energy, it's contagious, and it really does help the team power through tough spots. And finally, staying calm. When things get heated, being the person who can stay cool and think clearly is absolutely invaluable.
All right, so we've done the internal work. We're aware, we're managing ourselves. Now it's time to turn our focus outward, and that brings us to the third pillar, empathy.
Now let's be super clear here. Empathy isn't about feeling sorry for someone. It's an active process. It's about genuinely trying to understand where another person is coming from. It means you're not just waiting for your turn to talk, you're actually listening to their ideas and trying to see the world through their eyes for a minute.
And when a whole team starts doing this, man, something amazing happens. You stop having a bunch of individual opinions clashing, and you start building a much bigger, more complete picture of the situation. It's this mix of perspectives that leads to the best, most creative solutions. And this all leads us to our fourth and final pillar, the one that really ties everything together, building great relationships. This is where we take all that self-awareness, that self-management, that empathy, and we use it to build real, solid connections with our teammates.
You know, it really boils down to a choice we make in every single conversation. We can choose the stuff that tears relationships down, judging, criticizing, assuming the worst, or we can choose the stuff that builds them up, listening, respecting, and actually supporting each other. These tiny choices every day are what make or break a team's culture.
So what's the playbook? It's pretty simple, really. It's keeping in touch, it's offering to help someone before they even have to ask, it's always talking to people with clarity and respect. These aren't big, heroic acts. They're the small, consistent things that build trust over time.
So let's just do a quick recap. It all starts with self-awareness, knowing yourself. That allows you to practice self-management, controlling your actions. With that foundation, you can practice empathy, understanding others. And all of that comes together in relationship management, building strong connections. You see, each pillar supports the next.
Okay, so we've got the blueprint, we know what the 4 pillars are. The big question is, how do we actually start building? Let's turn this idea into a real plan.
And here's the best part. This isn't some crazy, complicated theory you need a PhD to understand. It all comes down to that one simple number, 4. Just 4 core skills, 4 areas to focus on, 4 pillars you and your team can start strengthening today to work together in a way that's not just more effective, but a whole lot more enjoyable.
So, I'll leave you with this question. Looking at these 4 pillars, which one jumps out at you? Which one feels like the biggest opportunity for you or for your team right now? What's just one small thing you can do this week to start laying a new brick in that area? Because remember, great teams don't just happen by accident. They are built, one intentional conversation, one supportive action at a time.